Hey you guys, today I'm going to show you how to add a quiz or a test in itsLearning into your plans. So we're going to go to our Google Chrome, and we will log into our itsLearning account. So log in with Spring Branch ISD account. We're going to go to our courses, and for mine, let me open up a different course. Give me 1 second, I'm just going to go into the itsLearning 101 course to make a new one. I'm going to go into my plans. We're going to add a new topic. We're just going to call it quizzes. Alright, I'll click save. Now from here I'm going to go down to that actual one, and I'm going to hit add plan. I'm just going to give it a title. We'll just call it quiz number 1. I'm going to add a date to it. So I can do a date and a time, or I can just add a date to it. Because it's a quiz, I would probably suggest doing a date and a time. So we're going to say that mine opens today at 1 p.m. and then my stop time on it is going to be 3 p.m. So we're going to go ahead on and click OK there. If you want to give particular times when it opens and closes again, I'll show you guys where to do that as well. For a description, I could just say quiz number 1 access. Okay, this is where I would add my standards. I'm just going to do these right here because those are my AASL standards. So we're just going to pretend like those are y'all standards. Add those, and I'm going to insert and close. Now this is the important part. When I hit add resource, I'm going to choose test. So when I choose test, I'm going to give this a title. Quiz number 1. And this would be where I'd put my instructions for how to take the quiz. So please answer the following questions. That's what I'm going to write on here. I could add standards here again, and you can link standards to the particular questions, which you can do in just a little bit. Alright, I could put a deadline on it like I was telling you guys. It can be at a specific time or at the end of the day. So if I wanted to, let's say I wanted it to close at right here, and we're going to do at 2:55 p.m. Like it says, I can allow students to submit after the deadline. I can add this as a homework task. Alright, for the assessment, most of you guys will probably just do a score, not necessarily a grade or anything along those lines, or a pass. So I'll do for score. Alright, so if I keep scrolling back down, like it says that you can set it for mastery as well for those particular standards. Okay, make it active, obviously yes, or you can set a time span for it. That is where you'll choose that information. So if I only want to activate it, let's say I wanted to activate it today during a class period, I could start it at 1:25, and then I can choose to deactivate it at a particular time too, so my other classes could not get in there. So I could choose today. Let's say I want to deactivate it, like I said, at 2:55 p.m. Okay, now before I click save, I'm going to go back up to the top, click on my options, and here's a breakdown of where you can add all the other information for the test. Like it says, the scoring method with and without penalties. You also have criteria for completion, your question navigation, so how you want students to look at that. You can give them multiple attempts. Okay, you can give them a specific amount of time for each attempt. Alright, and then right over here, you can choose to show different results if you want to. Alright, that's up to you if you want to show the results. It gives you the option to reveal correct answers. Okay, obviously if you're going to have students retake the test again, don't reveal the correct answers. And then it's got information for different feedback and things along those lines. Alright, so there's the breakdown for those. I'm going to go ahead on and click save since I've done everything. Alright, now it's time to add my questions. So I'm going to click back into the resource, and as you can see up at the top, this is what it would look like for students, but theirs would say go to the test, so I click that. Right here I've got my test categories, so I can add different categories to it. Here's where I can add my questions, and this is where my reports would be for my test statistics and my question statistics. So if I want to add a question, I'm going to click add, and if you see right there with my drop down, it gives me multiple things that I can add in there. The hot spots, like let's say you have a picture and they have to click on a certain spot on the picture. So for this one, I'm just going to add a multiple choice question. It's going to pop up, and I'm going to enter the question below. I'm just going to make a fake one. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? Okay, and I could say vanilla. Let me scroll down just a little bit. We'll give chocolate as an option. We'll do chocolate chip, and then I could add more questions if I wanted to. For this one, our correct answer is going to be mint choc chip. So, as you can see, you can give it a score value. Let's say this is worth 100 points, just this one right here. I could click Save a New, and it would take me to a new question that I could add in. Actually, let's do it 50 so you can see what that Save and New looks like. Okay. And then from here, I could add another one, and obviously it's another multiple choice. Okay. Do what is your favorite brand of chips? All right, let's add a couple options here. We'll do Lay's. And then we'll add Doritos in here, and we'll do Fritos as well. And we'll say that Doritos is the right one. All right, we'll make that one worth 50. I'm going to go ahead on and click Save. There are my questions. And as you can see from right here under my questions, I can add, delete, import, export questions. I can move them up and down, copy and paste them as well. Like we said, I can give them different test categories. So this is where I would write those different categories. Okay, I'm not going to add categories. So, oops, let me click on it first, and then I can delete that category. So, oops, cancel. We're going to click Save. Let's go back to our test. And this is where I could review the test to check everything. All right, mint chocolate chip. Next, we had Doritos. We'll complete the test. And that's what the students would see. And then it shows me my score. All right. If you want to look at the student view for this one, just change it right up at this top right where you see the person. Click Pupil. And then when I go back to my plans, like I was a student, I would go in here to my quizzes. Now remember, it's not 1 o'clock, so it's not going to be showing on there for them to click on yet. So at 1 o'clock, when I open that test, like we saw a little while ago, that'll pop up. All right, thanks guys. Have a great day. If you have any questions, just come and see me in the library. Have a good one.